It's the realist.
Hey everybody, it's your guy Realistic. We're back with another tutorial, and occasionally when we're not doing new tutorials, we're going to dip into the vault of content that is no longer available to the public. And in this one, we're going to be talking about the basic functions of Melodyne. It is from our online course, The Art of Vocal Mixing. Eventually, we'll go over how each tool works and we'll go in depth of each individual tool. But for now, this is just how the basic workflow in Melodyne works. So hopefully you find this tutorial useful. And if you do, be sure to like and subscribe because it does help this channel grow. So sit back and enjoy the content.
So before we get into the individual tools that Melodyne has to offer, I just want to show you a couple little basic functions to really make your Melodyne experience a little bit easier to use. All right, so one cool thing that it allows you to do is on your keyboard, if you hold down Command Option, or if you're on a Windows computer, Control Alt, and then zoom in with your wheel by scrolling, it will allow you to zoom in here. So on a Mac, I'm just holding down Command Option and then I'm scrolling with my wheel on my mouse. And if I was on a Windows computer, I would hold down Control Alt and then I would scroll with my wheel, and it allows me to zoom in, so you can zoom in or out, and so it can be a little bit easier to make adjustments if you have a little bit more of a zoomed in feel to it. Now another thing too is if you hit Command A, or if you're on a Windows, Control A, it will highlight everything inside your Melodyne, so then you can move everything to where you want it to be, or you can affect everything at once. Also, just like any software, if you hit Command Z or Control Z, you can undo what you just did. And then another thing too, if you right click with your mouse here, you'll be able to pull up different functions here like pitch tool and the modulation tool and the separation tool and amplitude and all those different options right there, right? And we're going to get into every one of these in a moment here. And so another thing too that you're able to do is if you right click, let's say we had made some changes here, right? And later on we decide that we want to reset everything that we did, or we can just reset one note if we wanted. So let's start with just wanting to reset one note. Let's say, we're like, you know what? I think I got to just start over. So all you got to do is just right click, make sure that whatever you want to reset, whether it's the pitch tool or the amplitude tool, that's selected, and then you go up and then we're going to hit reset pitch center. And now you see how that undid that. And so now let's go ahead, because we had changed every one of these notes here. Let's go ahead and reset all of these individual notes here. So you see, it resets it to how it originally was when you first initially recorded this audio signal into Melodyne. So it can be pretty helpful, and you can reset everything that you did. You can reset the format if you want. You can reset time and separation tools if you were to make changes there. So besides Command A to select all of them, if there's just a few that we want to select, just like we would on any application in our softwares, usually this transfers pretty well over to different softwares, but holding down Shift will allow us to select a few different pitches instead of all of them, and it creates what they call the snake tool. Kind of a crazy name, but I get it once you see the form that's about to pop up. But what we can do is we can just select certain notes. So we'll hold down Shift on our keyboard and then we'll select over. And see how this is just creating this gray outline, and then we can touch this note and then this note and then maybe this note, right? And see how that highlighted just those notes. So if we wanted, then we could affect these notes all together. We could move these notes around. We could do all different types of things to just these notes as a whole, and see how we're skipping some notes in between. So that's another option too, if we don't want to affect all of them and we just want to affect some of them. Pretty cool tool. And so these are just some basic little things that are going to help you when it comes to using Melodyne and get the most out of it and save a lot of time, versus having to go and use the edit window and menu window. These are just little cool quick commands that will work inside your Melodyne software.
Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this tutorial. If you found it useful, be sure to like and subscribe because it does help the channel grow. When you like a video, it tells YouTube that you liked it and maybe other people will
like it as well. And also be sure to check out my online mixing and mastering courses, the art of beat mixing, the art of vocal mixing, and the art of mastering, all available now. And if this video was helpful and you're looking for other videos, you can watch a video here, here, and here. All right, until next time, y'all.